I am grateful to Lebanon. Lebanon has given me a refuge when the Zionist beasts insectized us out of Palestine. I became a human being again. I married a Lebanese woman, and we had a beautiful girl named Zahra. I raised my daughter in the most civilized fashion. I gave her freedom, but taught her never to lose her human dignity. She found a boyfriend, not a Palestinian. She went to Jummaizi with him, stayed out late. I didn't protest. They had dinner together, and he made her drink arak. Then he took her to his friend's house in Mono. The two boys tried to dehumanize Zahra. She resisted. She kept her human dignity. So they beat her like an insect. They hit her with fly whisks and swatters. When she struggled and flew away, they caught her with a net. They even stamped her with their boots. When I went to Rizq Hospital, I found her transformed into an insect. She had 6 legs, 2 antennae in her head, and she had wings. She could not even weep, because insects don't shed tears. But I wept. Why did I weep? Because Zahra will never be human again. Sorry. I went to the police like a good refugee to Jummaizi gendarmerie post. These 2 wild beasts weren't even arrested, let alone being brought to trial. The Kataib party intervened in their favor. Her boyfriend's father knew Pierre Al-Jumayil, the party's founder, personally. I met them outside the post, and those beasts, they smiled at me. I stood in the street like a fool. A Kataib member threatened me with a bug sprayer. You are lucky you weren't sprayed like a mosquito, he said. Leave the region immediately. Shoo! Then I said to my wife, let's go to Fakhani in At-Tariq Al-Jadida. For justice, we must see Ammar. Why did you go to the police? Why didn't you come to me first? What do you want of me? Tell me anything, but do what I beg you to do. What is that? I want them dead. That I cannot do. I will give you anything you ask. Meat, sugar. Ayat Samara, you are a grandson of mine, but this is the first time you ever came to me for counsel or for help. I can't remember the last time that you invited me to your house in Verdun for a lick of honey, even though I used to tell you bedtime stories back in Palestine. But let's be frank here, you never wanted my kinship, although I am a queen, and maybe you were afraid to be my subject. I didn't want to get into trouble. I understand. You thought you found a human oasis in Lebanon. You had a good trade. You made a decent living. The police protected you, and there were courts of law. You didn't need a relative like me, even if I were your queen. You probably have forgotten the right of return to Palestine even, and applied for the Lebanese nationality. But when the Kataib sprayed with insecticides that bus in Ain Rumana and the war started, I gave money in support of the demonstrations that had broken out in West Beirut as a protest against the spraying of the Palestinian bus. Now you come to me and say, Ammar, give me justice. But you don't ask with respect. You don't offer your loyalty. You don't even think to say your majesty or call me grandmother. Instead, you come into my regal nest in Fakhani on the day the Arab beasts are assembled to condemn the Israeli insectization of the Palestinian people, and you ask me to do murder for a lump of sugar. I ask for justice. That is not justice. Your daughter is still alive, even if she is turned into a butterfly. Yes, a butterfly. Let them suffer then, as she suffers. How much sugar shall I give you? Samara, Samara, what have I ever done to make you treat me so disrespectfully? If you'd come to me in submission, then this beast who insectized your daughter would be suffering this very day. And if by chance an honest man like yourself should provoke any beasts to treat him or his family like insects, they would become my enemies, and then they would fear you, as they fear my sting and claw. My queen? Good. Someday, and that day will surely come, I'll call upon you to return to our homeland, Palestine. But until that day, accept this justice as a gift on the day the Arabs condemned the insectization of our people. Shukran, grandmother. Labadi, give this to Abu Mazen. His sting is painful, but not lethal. After all, we are not murderers, in spite of what this human thinks, and we are not cold-blooded, in spite of the insectization we are going through. If we were to be carried away, the Lebanese isolationists will use the murder as a pretext to attack our nests in Tal al-Za'atar and Jisr al-Basha, and they will demand that we should fly out of the country. The Sham'un and Al-Jumayl families may find it an enough reason to agree with the Zionist Ariel Sharon, may Allah take his soul, in his wish to exterminate all the Palestinians. Then the Muslims will take sides with us, and the war between the two sects will be fueled even more. No, I won't let the Lebanese draw me into their nasty sectarian war. Why do I care whether the Christians kept their privileges or the Muslims won the presidency? Palestine is my only cause. It is upon one's land that one regains his human dignity